Welcome to the Hamilton Buddhist Temple online service. Today we are celebrating Ho-onko, the annual memorial service for Shinran Shonin, the founder of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. We are also observing the monthly Shotsuki service where we remember our loved ones who have passed on. We are pleased to have Yoshi Sensei from the Toronto Buddhist Church presiding. My name is Donna Kashiba. I am your Master of Ceremonies for today. Please note that today's service is being recorded. This allows people who are able to attend today to watch later. Only the service portion itself will be posted online. Please join me for silent meditation.
Yeah, I will hit the bell, so please close your eyes and steady your body to refocus yourself toward encountering Buddha Dharma. Please open your eyes and we recite Shomyo Nembutsu. Please join me, Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo.
Three treasures. How rare and wondrous it is to have been born into human life, and now I live it. How rare and wondrous it is to be able to listen to the Buddha Dharma, and now I am able to hear it. If I do not transcend the world of delusion in this life, when will I ever attain spiritual liberation? May I, along with the entire Sangha, with sincere heart and mind, rely on that which can be truly relied on in life, the three treasures. I rely on the Buddha. May I, along with all sentient beings, awaken to the great path with my entire being and discover the highest aspiration, which is to become a Buddha. I rely on the Dharma. May I, along with all sentient beings, deeply reflect on the meaning of the sutras and gain wisdom that is as deep and vast as the ocean. I rely on the Sangha. May I, along with all sentient beings, become one Sangha of life, able to move forward and live with a dynamic spirit that is hindered by nothing. The unsurpassed, deep and wondrous Dharma, even in millions of kalpas, is extremely difficult to encounter, but now I am able to experience and embrace it. May I come to understand and revere the meaning of the Tathagata.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much for thank you. Today we will chant or we will do the Samidage Saho gathered in praise of Amida Buddha. I will chant Choraimon. That means a phrase about touching the head and forehead to the ground to show our utmost respect, and composed by Dharma Master Shantao. And after chanting Choraimon, I will chant Juni Kosan, praise of Amida Buddha's 12 kind of light. So there is a melody, sounds like Junirai, like Keishu Teni Shokuryo. It's same melody, but a different kanjis or pronouns. So I made a PowerPoint, like that. Thank you so much for sharing. And there's an English translation on the PowerPoint, so please enjoy the chanting. Namanda, 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 namanda. し奇妙らい裁縫にだI will start chanting 12コーサン composed by Dharma Master of the Tanluan. 現在最方向視界自由満の苦節安楽道仏世尊語阿弥陀我願を諸奇妙来成仏以来略自己寿命保証無量法信仰利変法界生世無明古長来知恵光明不可量五仏五無量根無量少数無故芸是故慶主心実妙下落五輪無限在五仏五無変更無拘束者理有無是故慶主平等観幸運無限女国五仏五無下根一切無下無故単是故将来難事義少女光明無体五仏五無体五具志公者五形状是故慶主非教へ無故世へ最大五仏五公園の三図国は無故慶是故将来大用具道公明老してうぜ五仏五少女五一部五世 在空上海徳下段公長来自己神せ安な公文語漢義語公書師書特法義慶州長来大安に武功の羽無名蘭法文語知恵語一切小文三条種元空単陽後継種光明一切人不正公文語不断語文語力語神不断海徳往生公長来五公上文幕の神公文語難事語自母小文単の上小語空読語慶種人語理想不可名公文語無所語因公上文公確年小文小単公長来光明税右か日が公文語定日が釈迦仏誕生人公が慶種しくどく両うどうせいさいどうほんぼだいしおうじょうあ Namanda, Butsu 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 Namanda. Sorry. Good morning, everyone. And 明けましておめでとうございます。And Happy New Year. Toronto is so cold today, like this week. I hope Hamilton is. It's cold at Hamilton too. It's and I saw many Hirasa family today here. So thank you very much for attending. I hope. Yeah, are you living London or no? St. Thomas. No. Oh. Anyway, I hope you are staying safe and you are keeping warm. So thank you so much for attending today's service. I would like to share my screen. Okay, let's share my screen. I hope you can see it. Yeah. Okay. So today we are here for the Ho-onko service, Shinran Shonin's memorial service, and January Shotsuki, January monthly memorial service. And I would like to explain what is a Ho-onko a little bit. Ho-onko is the most important service for Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. Ho-onko literally means Dharma gathering for acknowledging indebtedness. The service gives us a great opportunity to show our respectful mind to our founder Shinran Shonin. And when I join a Ho-onko service, it always reminds me of the time I attended the Nishi Honganji, our mother temple in Kyoto, Japan, their Ho-onko service when I was a Gonshiki student. So when I was not minister's assistant, but when I was a student, I attended the Ho-onko service at Nishi Honganji Temple. And Nishi Honganji holds the Ho-onko service 7 days in January, which means they hold the services 44 times. 44 times. It's a lot. So my friend who attended the services with me, he said that he felt it was like tsunami nembutsu or nembutsu tsunami in the Hondo. Because over 1,000 people recite Namo Amida Butsu, nembutsu, together toward the Shinran Shonin statue. So even though we were students, we wear the robe because we had a Tokudo or Kyoshi license. And we sat in front of the members, Nishi Honganji temple members or members from other local temple. And everyone recited Nembutsu together. It was amazing. And the service was very beautiful and meaningful for us. But my friend and I were so tired at the services because we had to wake up at 3 a.m. for 7 days to prepare and serve hot green tea for the senior ministers. And we helped wearing the kimono for them, or robe. And also we had to clean up in the Hondo for the services during the 7 days. So it was so tired. I was so tired. And honestly, I didn't like going outside in January. Winter in Kyoto is freezing cold. And we don't have like a central heating like Canada. And Honganji was made by wood, so it's not concrete. And they open the doors, and it's a shoji, like a paper door, like it's not glass, it's paper. So it's so cold inside the Hondo, and I honestly I didn't like go there, but many people don't believe that, but I thought Kyoto winter was much colder than Toronto winter. But I changed my mind this year because it was minus 20 or minus it was cold last week, and there was a lot of snow on my car. Uh, it take it it took 1.5 hour to get my car out of the snow. So I have to shovels, but I didn't have shovels. So I asked my neighbor, please borrow me the shovel, and I had to clean up my car. It takes 1.5 hours. It's crazy, and I couldn't go walking outside or go shopping for groceries. So I decided to watch Netflix and YouTube all day. And I watched a TED Talk called "Word: Your Most Powerful Weapon." Have you ever heard the TED Talk? So in this talk, she talked about the fundamental principle of communication. What do you think it is? Maybe you would guess it's our words, or maybe our voice. But actually, she said it is listening. Listening. She said the problem was many people don't listen. Half the time when we were speaking with someone, we were not observing what other person is saying because we are too busy thinking about what we are going to say in response, or we are wondering when our time will be to speak. And sometimes we don't even let other person finish. So when I heard her speech, I totally agreed with her. I realized that I am guilty to this too. When I talk with my friend or when I attend a class or workshop, I always think about how I should respond, or I'm always thinking about what I want to say in my turn. So if I don't have to say anything in the class or meeting, my brain is stopped thinking and I'm not observing what is being said. But listening and hearing is very important, as you know. And we listen to or hear many things or many sounds, not only during conversation, but everywhere. Sometimes, when I am in the temple by myself, I hear birds chirping in the morning, sound of insects, and raining and snow falling at night. And Reverend Tsuji wrote, listen to the voice of the Dharma. Listen to the birds singing in the morning. The wind soughing in the bounds overhead. And the roar of the wave on the beach. Listen to the rain on the roof and the snow falling in the fields. The Dharma speaks to us through the sound of the world, forcefully and eloquently and beautifully. It speaks of the unending changing around us. The it speaks around unending changing around us. The immutable truth of interdependence and the peace in nature. Do you have the ear to hear and listen? Listen to the Nembutsu in the Hondo. Listen to the noble silence of the Buddha. I like his book, and I want to share his word with you. And in Jodo Shinshu, we believe that it's very important to listen to Nembutsu. Do you know why we recite Nembutsu during the Buddhist service? We recite Nembutsu to hear the Nembutsu. It's very important. We recite Nembutsu to hear the Nembutsu. Shinran Shonin said, listening happens when we learn the reason why the primal vow was developed. When we understand that it is activity to be born in the pure land, and when our doubtful mind disappears. Or I could say that listen to Nembutsu is to entrust our spiritual mind to Amida Buddha's primal vows. We call it Shinjin in Japanese. And Reverend Fukagawa Rinyu, who was the Kangaku master at the Honganji, he said that Amida Buddha became a hearing Buddha for us so that we can rely on Buddha's compassion whenever and wherever through the Nembutsu. He explained that to the members with interesting examples. Human body has 5 senses: sight, smell, touch, taste, and hearing. Let's say if Amida Buddha was the smelling Buddha. So our Buddha became a hearing Buddha because Nembutsu, right? But let's say if Amida Buddha was a smelling Buddha, we would have to smell something to feel Buddha's compassion. But even if we felt Buddha's compassion, we couldn't say Namo Amida Butsu because Amida Buddha would not become a hearing Buddha. Or let's suppose Amida Buddha became the touching Buddha. I need to carry something to feel the Buddha's compassion because Buddha became a touching Buddha, not hearing Buddha. So when I want to touch it to feel Buddha's compassion, I have to wash my hand every time because I don't want to give COVID-19 to my touching Buddha. So, right? So, even though I felt Amida Buddha's compassion, I cannot say Namanda because Buddha became a touching Buddha. So if I forget the touching Buddha in my apartment, that means I don't feel Buddha's compassion in the all day. If Amida Buddha became a tasting Buddha, it's very interesting. We would have to bite or eat something to feel Buddha's compassion of the tasting Buddha. If someone asks me, hey, your sensei, I want to share my tasting Buddha, please eat it. I'm okay. What is that? So when I ate this one, I felt so good because Buddha became a tasting Buddha. Please eat your sensei. But maybe I say, I'm okay. I don't want to eat what is, even though if I don't know what is this. So in any case, we cannot feel Buddha's compassion everywhere or whenever or wherever, because we have to prepare or do something to feel Buddha's compassion. However, our Buddha, Amida Buddha, is the hearing Buddha. When we feel Buddha's compassion, we can say and hear Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, whenever and wherever. And when I shared this talk with the Toronto Buddhist Church members, one member asked me, what about the deaf people who cannot hear well, because they cannot hear. So it was a very good question. At the beginning of today's Dharma talk, I said it's very important to recite and listen to Nembutsu. But Shinran Shonin also said the most important thing is Shinjin, entrusting heart. Nembutsu is the path to learn or realize the reason why the primal vow was developed by Amida Buddha. And Shinjin is the most important, more than Nembutsu. So for example, before you eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner, what do you do or what do you say at the temple? When we had a Buddhist service, Sunday service in the culture center, we had a lunch together, right, after the service. So we always place our palms together, gasho, and say Namanda itadakimasu. So, itadakimasu came from itadaku. That literally means to get or to receive something. Itadakimasu literally means to receive or to get something. What we get or receive when we eat food? When you place your palms together before eating, do you think you will get vitamin from a vegetable? And do you think you get protein, like itadaku, to get protein from meat? I don't think you place your palms together for vitamins or protein. I believe we do gasho to their lives. All the plants and animals have their own life. We as sentient beings receive their lives to live, right? So Reverend Fukagawa said that he had received everything from Amida Buddha in his life, because our lives are interdependent and interconnected. Therefore, he did gasho not only when he ate, but also wherever and whatever, or whenever he felt Amida's primal vow. And when he felt Amida Buddha's primal vow reached out to him. And I asked myself, did I always think about others' lives and appreciate Amida Buddha all the time when I eat? Sometimes I forget it. When I was very hungry, I just say Namo Amida Butsu 3 times so quickly and say itadakimasu. So it's so ashamed. But what I want to say is, when we feel Buddha's compassion, we must say Nembutsu from the bottom of our heart, not from our mouth. Today, many people say Nembutsu, but how many people say it from their heart, like from their shinji? Therefore, there is no distinction between people who are deaf or not. We all equal. Amida Buddha has never made any distinction between Buddhist ministers or Buddhist members, young or old, strong or weak, deaf or not. When I was a student, I lost my grandmother, and she had a stroke, and she lost her ability to speak. But when the time of death came close for her, I saw her mouth moved 3 times, and I didn't hear Namo Amida Butsu from her mouth, but I could hear Namo Amida Butsu from her heart. And next to her, my grandfather recited Nembutsu for her. And I believe she listened to his Nembutsu until she went to the Pure Land. And I'd like to conclude my Dharma talk by reading a sentences from Hawaiian Honganji Buddhist temple. While other schools of Buddhism seek to attain or realize enlightenment, the Shin Buddhist path is not of simply listening and opening one's heart to receiving it. Trying to attain enlightenment can be like trying to grab a snowflake that falls. Once you grab it, you have crushed it. But if you hand to allow the snow to gently fall into your hand, the snowflake becomes yours without any effort in grasping. Simply listening to the receiving the Dharma. This is the Shin Buddhist path rather than pursuing enlightenment. We simply listen to the Dharma and receive it, and allow it to unfold into our heart and mind. This does not require any particular lifestyle. You don't have to become a monk or sit for hours in meditation. You can listen to the Dharma in your everyday life, no matter what you do or where you are. Listen to the Dharma can mean listening to the Dharma talks, but it also can mean listening or talking to anyone. You never know who might be your teacher of the Dharma if you have the ear and heart to listen. A taxi driver could be a teacher or bartender or your worst enemy. From Hawaiian Buddhist. And thank you very much for listening to my Dharma talk today. And to see you and say Nembutsu together with you. Yeah, please place your palms together. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo
Thank you, Yoshi-sensei, for that talk. It really puts into perspective that Buddha is all around us and we can learn from everyone. And we should be compassionate and open to everyone. Thank you. Please join me in reciting the golden chain of love. I am a link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. May I be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. May I think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Announcements. On behalf of the Hamilton Buddhist Temple, we would like to thank Yoshi-sensei for today's Dharma talk, the Toronto Buddhist Church for supporting our temple and for providing us with Yoshi-sensei's services. We are also grateful for the support from the Jodo Shinshu Buddhist Temples of Canada, JSBTC National Board, and from ministers and temples across Canada.
We invite everyone to go the Japan tour in 2023, next year, in May. So, and we will have an online presentation. JSPTC invite Kintetsu Tourist Company, and they will explain what is what kind of tour plan they have. On February 6th at 3 p.m. At Eastern Standard Time, So if you want to know what is the tour plan and what is the convention, so please join the presentation, and you can register from our website tbc.on.ca. Yeah, it's a schedule. Like we will visit there May 7th, and we will attend Kyosan Hoyo, like Shinran Shonin's birthday memorial service, like 800 birthday memorial service. And after the service, we will have a Women's Buddhist World Convention at Kyoto. So if you want to join the only service or both of service and convention, please check our website and you can register. And by February 21st, I know it's difficult to decide like traveling Japan or other country because of COVID-19, but I really hope like COVID will be over, like in next year. Yeah. Oh, and February 13th on Sunday, we will have Eastern Buddhist League conference, like a New York Buddhist Temple, Washington DC Buddhist Temple, Chicago, and Toronto, Hampton, and like East Coast temples. We have a league, and we will invite Dr. Takashi Miyaji. Actually, I knew him when I was a student. He used to work at the Honganji, and he's very smart and friendly and really, really, really nice guy. So if you want to join, please check our website or Eastern Buddhist League Facebook. So, and we will have a workshop February 12th. His workshop on February 12th, and Sunday service. Yeah, that is a schedule. Thank you. So you can check the schedule at our website, TBC website. So I really hope that you can join the conference. Yep. Okay.
I can read it. Future services. For now, the next few services will continue to be online. February 27th at 11 a.m. due to the EBL, March 13th at 11 a.m., April 10th at 11 a.m. We'll be having our annual general meeting within the next couple of months. Location of services will be one of the items for discussion. This brings the formal portion of our service to a close. Please put your hands together in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
Spotlight myself. So, yeah. So I was actually requested by Jun Asano from the Toronto Buddhist Church to do a presentation on climate change. So I've been working with them to set that up. There's a Eventbrite registration link that you can see here on this slide. And it's on February 5th, Saturday, and it's at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But I'm expecting temples from all across Canada because they've all been invited to attend this session. So if you'd like to hear more about climate change and what you can do about it, if you can, just register for this through Eventbrite, and I'll put the link in the chat for those of you that know how to look after that. Okay, thanks very much.